Let's pay homage to the Buddha, the fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Before going to give a Dhamma talk, I'm going to pay respect to the Buddha, reciting Pali stanza. Buddha bodhaya diti dandoyo dhammataya sa. Dhammataya dando dhammante no vadaranaya sa. Nibuddho nibbanataya dan loka dharananami. Loka dharano loka thumma ikosaya tasu phito mudo. Yo nago Buddha naga miro yadiya seindi atutta chin myaswa phayadi. Buddha thissa le yin kuro rain tho twin ti myin tormu bi phit yue. Bodhaya sa chuthai ta tu bolu ro ko tu thin lin ti ja ba si chin chu nga lagaw. Thando kuro ga bin yin chi tormu bi phit yue. Dhammataya sa chuthai ta tu bolu ro ko tu me yun yin chi ja si chin nga lagaw. Tanto Kurainga bin kilita upu kate nyin tormu bi phit yue. Dhammataya sa chuthai ta tu bolu ro ko tu me yun kilita pu nyin ja ba si chin nga lagaw. Dino va dandaya na wangara jango. Kutan thâu chao kuro dan yauk pi phit yue da lien. Dharanaya sa kuro thatu chuthai tu ro ne bhuta wan ma be kando. Kutan thâu chao yauk ja ba si chin chu nga lagaw. Nibuddho kileta pranibban win san yuk te. Kuro rai e nyin tormu bi phit yue. Nibbanataya sa kuro thatu we ne lu ro pu khate nyin ja ba si chin chu nga lagaw. Dhammam ni sin li na dhamma sakko. Diti di karuna she tha metta phit ho cha tormu khet ba pe i. Loka dharanam loka thumma ikosaya tasu phito mudo. Dhannagan Buddha naga miro yadiya seindi atutta tu myaswa phyago. Nami namami ko no nalong thong song pyang pyo. Mango sho yue gado myan no let song mo yue. Shikho nyo pa i myaswa phya myaswa phya. So now we are talking about how to break the bonds of Saṃsāra. As the Buddha said, the beginning of this Saṃsāra is unknown, unknowable. It is just because there is no beginning. That's why the Buddha said the beginning of Saṃsāra is unknown and knowable. For the heedless, it ends is also unknown and knowable. So to be able to break the bonds of Saṃsāra, all of you need to be heedful. How to be heedful? Just by doing offering, you cannot break the bonds of Saṃsāra. To do offering, you need to be heedful too. But this is what can support for the breaking the bonds of Saṃsāra. Can be a supporting cause, but not a direct cause. Suppose in your past, if you make an offering several times, whenever you make an offering, you made an aspiration. Because of this offering, may I be able to break the bonds of Saṃsāra, or may I be able to make free from suffering. It will be the supporting cause for the breaking the bonds of Saṃsāra, or for making an end of suffering one day in this very life or in the future. We all need to know how to fulfill Bharami for breaking the bonds of Saṃsāra. If we know how to fulfill Bharami, whatever we do, it can be a Bharami. But if you don't know, it will be just wholesome karma. So the way of doing, the way of accumulating wholesome karma, and the way of fulfilling Bharami, it is different. Suppose you make an offering today, and you make a wish, because of this offering, may I be reborn in a good realm. This is a way of accumulating good karma. This is not a way of fulfilling Bharami. Instead, you make an aspiration. Because of this offering, may I be able to remove the cause of suffering, which is defilements. So you don't make any aspiration to possess something, but you make an aspiration to remove the cause of suffering, which is defilements. So the day you can break down, or the day you can remove, or the day you can eradicate defilements, is the day you break the bonds of Saṃsāra to a certain extent. There are 4 steps to break the bonds of Saṃsāra down. Not only 1 step, but also 4. So first step is the most important one for all of us. After breaking the first bond of Saṃsāra, you will not be reborn somewhere in the 404 states. You close the door to 404 states. This is the first goal of all the Buddhists. After you break this bond of Saṃsāra, you are safe, you are secure, you have no danger. You will not suffer somewhere in the 404 states. So for that reason, you all need to know how to break the first bond of Saṃsāra, which is related to rebirth in the 404 states. So all of you remember the day the Bodhisattva received a definite prophecy from the Dipankara Buddha. Actually, on that day, if our bodhisattva would like to break the bond of samsara, on that day, after hearing very short stanza, he could break the bonds of samsara immediately after listening a very short stanza. But he feels pity for all of us. A being like me, a great being like me, should not make free from suffering alone. Only after fulfilling a barami, only after becoming full enlightened Buddha, I will make others enlightened as I enlightened. With this great compassion, he gave up the attainment that is near to him. This is because of his out of compassion. He fulfilled barami. If he had made attain arahantship in that very life, we will not be able to hear such profound Dhamma. We will not know how to break the bonds of samsara. It will be out of reach for all of us, even to hear what is samsara, what is suffering, and how to make an end of suffering is impossible. So he gave up the attainment that he can achieve, and he make an aspiration out of compassion for all of us, not for him, but for us. Do remember. And he fulfilled barami for 4 incalculable and 100,000 eons. It is so long. Do you want to be a Buddha? Okay, it doesn't matter. Now Buddha appear in the world. Even though the Buddha had taken final Nibbana, the Dhamma is still flourishing in this world. Also, there are teachers, those who can teach according to the Buddha. We are fortunate enough to make breaking the bonds of samsara if you are very determined. What did I say? If you are very determined. If you are not determined, impossible. 3 days determination is not. But thank the organizer, they make much effort to have such 3 days retreat. Okay? For Singaporean, even 3 days also very precious, right? Anyway, you all need to be determined. As I have told all of you, not away, only in Singapore, one of my disciples who had renounced the world, not permanently, temporarily. But she has realized the Dhamma. So you all should emulate that way. I think Singaporean is a fertile land too, I think. Fertile land means from here, okay, quality trees are grown. Do you understand? Even though there is no natural resources, there is a human resources here. Okay? So those who come into this existence with good barami are many, I think. But you can't leave your home. You attach to your home. You attach to Singapore, very small country. Okay? Because of this reason, you can't know that you have fulfilled barami. Okay? So now, today I'm going to explain all of you how to practice to break the bonds of samsara. I will emphasize explaining how to break the first bond of samsara. This is our utmost goal in this very life. After you have attained the first path and fruition knowledge, you don't need to worry. If you want to come back Singapore, I'm very happy. Okay? No danger. Okay, no danger. You have protected yourself well. No one can destroy your attainment. No one can fool you. You know, now you fool yourself. Also, you are fooled by many too. Do you agree with me? You fool yourself. Sometimes you practice this and that because you like, because you attach, not knowing that it is not the right way. Okay? My responsibility is to guide all of you what is the right way. Because all of you want to, if all of you want to break the bonds of samsara, you can't practice all the methods. You need to practice the only way taught by the Buddha. There is no two ways, there is only one way. I'm going to share with all of you that only way, not the others. Are you happy? Okay. So to be able to break the bonds of samsara, you all need to. You must know, you must see the Dhamma, the truth as they really are. There is only one way to know and to see the Dhamma as they really are. It is having developed concentration. This is the most important step. Without this, impossible. So if you want to break the bonds of samsara without having developed concentration, don't waste your time. Useless. Okay? So developing concentration is not an easy task. But I don't mean it is very difficult. For those who come into this existence with good barami, we don't need to use the word difficult. They can do. But for those who need to fulfill barami, also they should take a great opportunity to practice meditation taught by the Buddha. If you take this opportunity, you fulfill barami for the realization of the Dhamma. If it is not in this very life, it will be in the future. Okay? So if it is so, what do you need to do? So you all need to develop concentration. What is the way to break the bonds of samsara? Today I use different words because according to the title of the talk, what is the way to break the bonds of samsara? Because I changed the phrase and then you confused now? If it is so, I will ask you the way you are familiar. What is the way to make an end of suffering? Eightfold Noble Path. So, the way leading to make an end of suffering, the way to make free from suffering, the way to break the bonds of samsara, all are the same. So, the way to break the bonds of samsara, it is also the Eightfold Noble Path. So, Eightfold Noble Path, we can say in brief. So it is just 3 trainings. The training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of insight. This is the way to break the bonds of samsara. There is no any other ways. Just by praying, you can't. Just by worshipping, you can't. Just by believing, impossible. You need to practice practically. So, all of you observe 8 precepts while you are here. This is the way of practicing the training of morality. But here I want to share with all of you, what is the purpose of practicing the first training? What is the purpose of practicing the training of morality? Our runner? To come back. Come back where? Come back to human realm?
Yeah, it's karma. Morality might serve you if you come back.
To come back here again.
Yeah. If you don't, you should come back.
Okay. So, yes, if you practice the training of morality strictly, you will come back here to the human realm or in the celestial realm if you want, if you wish. But my question is, what is the purpose of practicing the first training? Yes, it is a good karma that it can be a cause of rebirth in a good realm. Okay? This is for sure. But what I meant, what is the purpose of practicing the first training? The training of morality. No answer. Okay, good.
Is it to not harm other people so we don't regret, which then is the foundation for samadhi?
Yes, it is also true, not yet precise. Training the mind? Foundation, yes, it is true. But I want all of you to understand precisely. Okay, now is my time. So what is the purpose of practicing the first training, the training of morality? Suppose you practice 5 precepts, not 8 precepts. I will just talk about 5 precepts. Refraining from killing, refraining from stealing, refraining from sexual misconduct, refraining from telling lies, and refraining from taking intoxicants. So now we will analyze them. What are they? So before analyzing, let me ask you a question. How many actions are we doing a day? So our runner, today he asked me how to practice running meditation. That's why I gave him a name, our runner. Yeah. How many actions are we doing a day? You can give me an answer as you understand, as you please. You don't know. Many.
The rest answers I don't know.
Many actions a day. Yes, you are right. So, is there anybody who doesn't agree with him? Yes, we all are doing many actions a day, uncountable. Some they give me an answer. One day, we are doing uncountable actions a day. Impossible to count. Yes, I told them, yes, you are true. But we can put all the uncountable actions into 3. Not more than this, only 3. bodily, verbal, and mental actions. Right? So all the uncountable actions can be put into 3. So they can't go beyond bodily actions or verbal actions or mental actions. So now we will analyze the precepts. We will analyze the 5 precepts. The first one, refraining from killing. What is that action? Our runner must give an answer.
Not kill anyone.
It is what action? Among killing, what is that action? Among 3. Already I have given a hint. Bodily, yes. Thank you. Yeah, now today you win. Yes, it is bodily wrong action. Okay, refraining from bodily wrong actions. How about stealing? Bodily, yes, right. How about refraining from sexual misconduct? Bodily. How about telling lies? Verbal. How about taking intoxicants? Bodily. Why? You are very smart. Okay, you are clever. Yes. So, taking intoxicants, commentary explain. It is the basics of negligence, the cause of negligence. If we take intoxicants, if we are very drunk, suppose, we become heedless. It is a cause of negligence. But if we want to put taking intoxicant into one of the actions among 3, it is bodily action. Because it happened in our body. That's why it is bodily action. So if it is so, among 5, you see bodily and verbal actions only. Okay? So if you practice the training of morality, you purify 2 actions among 3. You cannot purify your mind. Now I will reflect you. I will give you a chance to reflect. When you practice the 5 precepts, you refrain from killing. At that time, if mosquito bites you, you feel very pain, okay? And you raise your hand, okay? You make ready, but you remember, oh, I'm practicing morality. You drop down, okay? The desire to kill arises in you, even though you don't kill. Okay? You don't kill. You don't do killing actions. You can do through bodily action, but you didn't do. But mentally, impurity occurs. That's why, in the same way, stealing, you don't steal. But the desire to steal may arise in you, even the time you're practicing morality. In the same way, you don't commit sexual misconduct, but the desire to do may arise in you. In the same way for telling lies and taking intoxicants. That's why the training of morality is not for the purification of mind. It is just for the purification of bodily and verbal actions. Very clear. Okay? So we all should know what is the purpose of each training. Otherwise, we don't know why the Buddha taught them. So the more you practice morality, the more you come to know your bodily and verbal action become pure. The more your bodily and verbal action become pure, you become aware of impurity of your mind. Very obvious at that time, because you restrain from bodily wrong actions and verbal wrong actions. But you clearly know your mental actions. So the bhikkhus, those who practice morality, bhikkhus vinaya, monastic code. For bhikkhus, 227. Okay? Even not equal to 7, 5 precepts. But the essence of practicing morality by the bhikkhu and by laymen, even though the number is different, the essence are the same. 227 cannot purify the mind. Can purify only bodily and verbal wrong actions. That's why whether laymen, whether ordained persons, the more they practice morality, the more they become aware of impurity of their mind. So here, let me ask you another question. Which purity is the most important among three? Bodily, verbal, and mental. Which one is the most important one? Mental action. The purity of mental action is what we should expect. See, if we want to break the bonds of samsara, we need to purify the mind. Purification of mind, not temporarily, permanent purification, need to be developed. Only at that time, you can break the bonds of samsara step by step. But if you practice just morality strictly for the rest of your life, you can protect yourself from rebirth somewhere in the four states. Why did the Buddha lay down bhikkhus vinaya for ordained persons? Because of outer compassion. If ordained persons, bhikkhus, like us, if they could not practice the second training, the training of concentration, if they purify their bodily and verbal action through practicing bhikkhus vinaya, bhikkhus or monastic code, they can prevent themselves from falling into four states. This is the loving kindness of the Buddha. This is great metta, loving kindness of the Buddha. Out of compassion, he laid down such rules with metta and with karuna, compassion. So it is possible to practice those who see the benefit of them. In the same way, all of you also can practice 5 precepts if you love practicing and if you know how important and if you know how beneficial it is. Do you love yourself? You nod your head. Really? I don't see people in the world, those who love themselves really, because they are harming themselves. Okay? Thinking that they are doing for the good of them, they are destroying themselves. They are harming themselves, doing many unwholesome, breaking precepts. Not to break the bonds of samsara, but to break their precepts and to destroy themselves. Do you really want to break the bonds of samsara? If it is so, first of all, you need not break precepts. Okay, this is the easiest one among 3. But I think all of you have wrong idea of practicing morality. You think it is difficult. Do you think? Difficult? Our runner agree with. So today I will discuss with all of you How about refraining from killing? Can you refrain? Can you or can't you? Can. This is not difficult. Can. 1, now you can do. How about stealing? Can you? Okay, 2. Great. How about from sexual misconduct? Okay, 3. How about from taking intoxicants? 4. Great. Now you are nearly a human being. Yes, those who practice morality are called humans. Okay? Are you humans? Yes. Okay, I want to believe you. So what is another one? From tally lines. Can you? Yes, you need to try. You need to try. Only what I want to suggest all of you, don't talk much. If you want to refrain from tally lines, don't talk much. If it is not necessary, don't speak. Keep quiet. Silence is golden. So only if it is important and necessary, talk, speak. What is beneficial? If it is unbeneficial, please don't talk. It is better. Okay, in this way, you all should train, the first training. So what I want to suggest all of you to do or to train this practically every day. So, every morning you wake up, clean your body, and enter the shrine room. And then take 5 precepts immediately, respectfully, and then spend your daily life. You will become more mindful. This is not playing. This is what we need to do respectfully. Okay? And before you are going to bed, every day, sit somewhere, reflect. Is there any precept you have broken? If you see, take it again. You wake up with precepts, with morality, and you sleep with morality, and you wake up again with precepts. In this way, if you train, one day you can perfect. Please do. Superior to offering. Okay? You all think that offering is easier. No. No. You can't make big offering every day. You need to earn money. You need to collect things you want to offer. Only sometime in a year you can do the big offering. Not easy. You need receiver. You need intention to offer. Sometimes there are people in the world, those who have a lot of prosperity, but they have no intention to make an offering, to do charity. So they kept with them. Even though sometimes we have things to offer, but we have no receiver. Even though we have things to offer, sometimes we have no intention to do so. That's why it is not easy. But practicing morality is what you can do wherever you are. No need money. No need to make any money. Okay? So wherever you are, if you are the one who really want to do for the good of yourself, you can do. If you don't love yourself, you can't do. So from another perspective, I want to share with all of you. In our lives, how many things Now I didn't say action. How many things can we do? Our runner.
How many things?
How many things can we do in our life? Many. Yeah, you say many, it is true. But you can put all the many into two only. No, not three, only two. Change. Can you tell me what are the two?
Verbal. And you only two?
Yeah, I need only two.
Mental body. You can do verbal too, right?
I'm sorry, I don't get the answer.
Mental and body.
Mental and body. This is your answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
My legs.
Yeah, I say only two. It is what we should and what we shouldn't. Right? Got it? Yes. Is there anything more than this? No. In life, we can't do anything more than these two. What we should and what we shouldn't. If we are doing what we should, we are not doing what we shouldn't. But if we are doing what we shouldn't, we are not doing what we should. Right? That's why practicing morality is not any others. Doing what we should. Okay? So, from today on, for the rest of your life, do what you should do. We humans, if we have options to do what we want and what we should, what do we emphasize doing? We want, right? But I want to share with all of you. Along the way, the Bodhisattva fulfilled the Bharami. Did he emphasize doing what he should or what he wants? Yes, he never did what he wants. He emphasized doing what he should. Fulfilling Bharami means doing what we should do. You can't do what you want to do in your life because it is endless. Endless. There are many wants, one after another. That's why never emphasize on what you want. Emphasize doing what you should. So you will become great. Also, you will not feel guilty in your life because you emphasize doing what you should. Also, you will purify your morality too. Practicing morality means doing what we should. Okay? So, not many things, only two things. What are we doing now? We are doing what we should. Not only what we should do, but also what we should speak in our life. Speak what we should speak, not what we want. If we speak what we want to speak, what happens? Many conflicts, many problems will be the outcome. That's why for those who want to really do for the good of oneself and others, they must emphasize what they should do, what they should speak, not what they want. Only sometimes, what they want and what they should are the same. At that time, they can apply both. But if it is not what they should, you should ignore what you want. You should emphasize on what you should. Okay? So only when the Bodhisattva became a Buddha, he could do what he wanted to do. Okay? Not with desire, not with defilement, but with great wisdom. He did what he should and what he wanted the same at that time. Also, we all can't do what we want, because what we want is endless. Today you do what you want, tomorrow there is another want. Endless, endless. So you will not reach to the great destination, which is attainment, because of emphasizing doing what you want. But if you emphasize doing what you should, you are going nearer and nearer to your great destination, which is attainment. Okay? So if it is so, now we are clear the purpose of practicing the training of morality. It is just to purify two among three. The more we practice morality, the more we come to know our bodily and verbal actions become pure. But mental actions not yet pure. So we are not satisfied with, because we want our mind to be pure. Our runner? I'm very fortunate. I have an audience today. Do you like taking photo?
Yes.
After you take photo, when you get the photos, have you ever taken group photos? After you receive group photos, oh, good. So this is our nature. We have much interest on ourselves. Okay? If it is so, I will ask you another question. If we can take our mind video, suppose, if we can take our mind video, can you show your mind video to others? Do you dare to show?
No, but a discerning eye can see.
What I meant, if we can take our mind video, do you dare to show others? Yeah.
Not all. No.
Okay. Yes, nobody dare to show their mind video if we can take our mind video, right? Why?
Because we do things we shouldn't do.
Because our mind is very impure. Impurity of mind is very terrible, serious. We can't dare to show others if it is possible to take our mind video. So what I want to say, impurity of mind is very serious. That's why whether bhikkhus, whether lay people, those who practice morality, they come to know their mind is not yet pure. That's why they are not satisfied with the first training, not satisfied just with the first training. For that reason, the Buddha taught second training. The purpose of practicing the second training is to make the mind pure. Now you practice Anapana. When you could focus on the breath continuously for 30 minutes, your mind is pure for 30 minutes. Continuously, if you can focus. Not yet attaining absorption concentration. Even when you can focus on the breath continuously for 30 minutes, your mind is very pure at that time. When you attain absorption concentration, your object is not in-breath and out-breath. At that time, your object is the light, bright light. Now, I'm teaching all of you Anapana, to focus on the inhaling and exhaling. It is to develop concentration. If you can develop one pointed mind on one object, which is in-breath and out-breath, continuously for a long time, concentration improves that. Concentrated mind will produce very strong light. But initially, it is not bright. Maybe gray and white, and then gradually it becomes bright. Mostly the light appears somewhere in front of you, or above, below, left or right, a little bit far distance from your nostril, not near. At that time, you should not be interested on the light, interested in the light. You need to keep focusing on the breath as usual. By doing so, if your concentration improves, the light will come nearer to your nostril. Finally, the light will unify with the breath. So light and breath becomes one. You see the light and breath together. So at that time, initially, when the unification starts, it is unstable. You need to wait until the unification lasts for 30 minutes. Only at that time the light becomes stable. When the unification lasts for 30 minutes, you can switch your awareness on the light from the breath. Your object becomes the light at that time. When the light becomes stable, you need to stop focusing on the breath. Your object is no more the breath at that time. But only if necessary, you need to focus back on the breath. What is necessity? If you focus on the light, if you don't see the improvement of your concentration and the brightness, you should focus back on the breath again to make your concentration stronger. And when the light becomes stable, you should switch awareness on the light from the breath again. By doing so, if you can focus on the light continuously for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, you attain absorption, jhana, concentration. So if you enter absorption concentration for 1 hour, 2 hours, your mind is pure for 1 hour, 2 hours. But that purity of mind is temporary, not permanent. If you come out from your absorption concentration, if you emerge from it, and you look here and there unwisely, emotional feeling, delusion, greed, hatred may arise again. That's why the training of concentration can make the purity of mind temporarily, not permanently. That's why those who could practice second training successfully, they see the purity of mind temporarily. They could develop it. They could develop the purity of mind temporarily in their life. But they see that their mind is not yet completely pure, not yet permanently pure. That's why they are not satisfied just with the first and the second training. So the Buddha taught, for those who want to make the purity of mind completely without remainder, Buddha taught the third training, the training of insight. The training of insight can purify your mind permanently. If you can't develop temporary purity of mind, you can't expect to purify permanently. Okay? This is the point. This is the key. If you can't purify your mind temporarily, there is no energy to eradicate or to purify the mind completely, permanently. That's why temporary purification needs to be developed through training of the concentration. Now, are you clear about the purpose of each training? Yes, this is a way to make free from suffering. Or this is the way to break the bonds of samsara. You can't go any astray. You can't go any way. You need to go this way. 3 trainings. So if someone say without the first training possible, if someone say without first and second training possible to make free from suffering, impossible. The first training supports the second. The first and second support the third. They are linking. Without the first, second is impossible. Without first and second, the third is impossible. If it is so, now we need to know clearly. When the Buddha taught the second training, the Buddha taught altogether 40 kinds of meditation objects. Okay? When the Buddha taught the second training, the Buddha taught 40 kinds of meditation objects. It is for the development of concentration. Among 40, 30 leads to absorption concentration. The rest, 10, leads to excess concentration. So we can say 40 or 2 kinds of concentration. You get it? Okay. 2 kinds of concentration, what are they? Absorption concentration and excess concentration. Which concentration do you want to develop? Please tell me. Absorption concentration is better than excess concentration. Now I'm teaching all of you for the attainment of absorption concentration. Anapana meditation leads to absorption concentration. First absorption, second absorption, third absorption, and fourth absorption concentration can be attained with Anapana meditation. And also, so if it is possible, I would like all my disciples to develop absorption concentration. Only if you can't, I will consider another option to let you practice excess concentration if it is necessary. So among 30, all can lead to absorption concentration. So we teach our disciples almost all 40. That's why, if necessary, we teach our disciples sometime 1 among 30. Suppose Kasina meditation. Why Kasina? Or Earth Kasina, Water Kasina, Fire Kasina. So we teach. If we know only one meditation object to teach, we can't help all of you. Because what you have accumulated in the past are different. You didn't practice the same meditation object in your past. Some they have practiced Anapana successfully in their past. For such meditators, Anapana is very good. For some, they encounter difficulty. For some, they have practiced Vaikasina in their past successfully. If we don't know how to teach such meditation objects, how can we help them? That's why we teach our disciples, if they are bhikkhus, we teach almost all. Because in the future, they are going to do propagation work. At that time, they should be a good teacher for their disciples. This is the reason sometimes they complain, why, Bande, you teach almost all? Is it not enough just with Anapana? Yes, enough. But this is my intention. Also, I want all of you get the opportunity to make concentration stronger. Why? What is the reason? According to the Buddha's teaching, the stronger the concentration, the better the penetration. So excess concentration, absorption concentration is better. Or if you get the opportunity to train your mind by changing many different objects one after another, your concentration getting deeper, better, stronger. So it will help your penetration. That's why we teach in that way. So if it is so here, you may have complaints in your mind. Bande talk much about concentration, absorption concentration. Is it not true in times of Buddha? Those who don't develop concentration, they practice vipassana directly. Why didn't Bande talk about this? Didn't you want to complain? Or Rana? No complaint? No. Yeah, there may be those who have this thinking in their mind. Right? Yeah, there are. In times of the Buddha, there are two types of practitioners. Serenity and insight practitioners and pure insight practitioners. So if you want to make free from suffering, if you want to break the bonds of samsara, you need to know the way how they practice. Yes, we teach both. We have serenity and insight practitioners, and we have pure insight practitioners too. But if it is possible, we want them to have the opportunity to develop deep concentration first, because they will penetrate the Dharma deeply as they really are, because of the help of absorption concentration. Only if they can't, at that time we consider how to teach them. If necessary, they will be pure insight practitioners. Those who don't develop absorption concentration, who practice vipassana directly. Which one do you want to be? Pure insight practitioners or serenity and insight practitioners? Two, both. So you are very greedy.
No.
To share others. Oh, you want to share others? Yes, you are ready, because your head has been shaved. You need to ask permission from your fiancée. Huh? Whether she allow you. Okay, I'm glad. If you want to practice both ways, I'm going to teach you if you are going to practice. Okay? Okay. So, first of all, I want to share with all of you how to practice if we are serenity and insight practitioner. So, serenity and insight practitioners, they develop absorption concentration first. Absorption concentration. So, they can choose one among 30, which leads to absorption concentration. If you practice Anapana meditation, you will attain first, second, third, and fourth jhana. After that, you can proceed the third training, the training of insight. In Pali, vipassana meditation. So this is the way serenity and insight practitioners need to practice. First, develop absorption concentration. And then proceed the third training, the training of insight. For pure insight practitioners, they don't develop absorption concentration. They practice the third training, the training of insight, directly. If it is so here, another question should be asked. When the Buddha taught the second training, the Buddha taught 40 kinds of samatha meditation objects clear. When the Buddha taught the third training, how many meditation objects did the Buddha teach? How many? Two. Maybe shouldn't, I think. Two, what are they? Nama and Rupa meditation. Mentality meditation and materiality meditation. Only two. So you all need to know this precisely. This is the teachings of the Buddha. So I will quote the explanation appear in the commentary to the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. There it is said, Duvi Danyi Kamathanan Rupa Kamathanan Cha Arupa Kamathanan Cha. When the Buddha taught Vipassana, Buddha taught Rupa meditation and Nama meditation. Nama and Rupa meditation, materiality meditation and mentality meditation is two kinds of meditation taught by the Buddha when the Buddha taught the third training. And the explanation so appear more. Tattha Bhagava Rupa Gamatana Gatindo Sankeba Manasikara Vasinawa Vitara Manasikara Vasinawa Jatu Dhatu Avotana Gatisi. When the Buddha taught Rupa meditation, materiality meditation, the Buddha taught 4 elements in brief and detailed methods. What did the Buddha taught? What did the Buddha teach when the Buddha taught Rupa meditation? Are you looking at me or are you listening to the Dhamma? 4 elements meditation. Okay? When the Buddha taught Rupa meditation means materiality meditation. The Buddha taught 4 elements meditation in brief and or detailed methods. If it is so, for serenity and insight practitioners, after having developed absorption concentration, they need to proceed Rupa meditation and Nama meditation. This is the way serenity and insight practitioners must do, must practice. But for pure insight practitioner, no absorption concentration. So they need to practice Rupa meditation and Nama meditation. If it is so, what is the difference? What is the difference between these two? Serenity and insight practitioners and pure insight practitioners. What is the difference between? And what is the similarity? Or what is the same? The difference is having absorption concentration and have absorption concentration. Having absorption concentration and having no absorption concentration. Right? The time they practice Vipassana, are they the same or are they not the same? The same. Both of them need to practice Rupa and Nama meditation. No more. No more. And also, when the Buddha taught Rupa meditation, what did the Buddha teach? 4 elements meditation. For that reason, for serenity and insight practitioners, after having developed absorption concentration, they need to practice Rupa meditation. If it is so, they need to practice 4 elements meditation. But for pure insight practitioner, they have no absorption concentration, so they need to start 4 elements meditation as a Rupa meditation. Do you get it? Aurana, do you get it? You don't get?
I don't.
You can't digest now.
Yes, it's not here yet.
Okay, I will repeat for you. Okay? When the Buddha taught, so for about serenity and insight practitioners, they develop absorption concentration. You get it? After that, they proceed insight meditation. So they need to start Rupa meditation. Rupa meditation means practicing 4 elements meditation. Okay? You get it? Okay. But for pure insight practitioner, they have no absorption concentration. So they need to start Rupa meditation too. So they must practice 4 elements meditation. Okay? You get it? If it is so, what is the difference? Having no absorption concentration and having absorption concentration. This is the difference. By the time they practice vipassana, they are the same. Both need to practice rupa meditation. Both need to discern 4 elements. You get it? Okay. After that, both of them need to proceed nama meditation, mentality meditation. If it is so, the time they practice vipassana, both of them are the same. The difference is having developed absorption, concentration, having no absorption, concentration. Many ways? No, only these 2. Okay? The way serenity and insight practitioner practice, and the way pure insight practitioner practice. If it is so, you should ask the question yourself. You all have practiced vipassana in your life. Not only you, but also your teachers. Venerable Revata too. Many years ago, he has been taught by his teacher. You practice vipassana. Yeah, I thought that I am practicing vipassana. But I have been never taught 4 elements meditation. If it is so, it is not vipassana taught by the Buddha. It is by way of teachers, not by way of the Buddha. Okay? There are many, I believe. You thought that you have practiced vipassana, but have you ever been taught 4 elements meditation? No. If it is so, you didn't get the opportunity to practice the way taught by the Buddha. There are many meditation methods teaching in the world. Mostly they are according to the traditions of the teachers, not according to the Buddha. Okay? So if you want to make free from suffering, if you want to break the bonds of samsara, you need to follow the way the Buddha taught. But if your purpose of practicing meditation is just to experience peace and calm, you can do any meditation. You can experience this, but you can't go beyond this. Avarana, clear?
Yes.
Great. Okay, good. So if it is so, if you want to be serenity and insight practitioners, you need to develop absorption concentration. After that, you need to continue rupa and nama meditation. So here I want to share with all of you. For serenity and insight practitioners, as they have attained absorption concentration, they know how to discern jhana factors. Jhana factors. Jhana factors are, with the attainment of absorption concentration, you need to discern the constituents of the jhana. They are called jhana factors. So in other way, they are just mentality. Jhana factors are mentality. That's why they know, serenity and insight practitioners know how to discern mentality. For that reason, when they start vipassana, insight meditation, they can start from nama if they want to make an option. Because they have capability to discern the mentality. But we never taught starting from the mentality. What is the reason? There is a reason. So, Pancha Vokara Bhumi. Have you ever heard this word? Pancha means 5. Vokara Bhumi. The realm in which there are 5 aggregates. Where are we? Are we in the realm where there are 5 clinging aggregates or 4 clinging aggregates? 5. We humans have 5 clinging aggregates. How about celestial beings? 5. How about material Brahma. Rupa Brahma. Brahma beings. Do you know? So humans realm, celestial realms, after that Brahma realm. So there are two Rupa Brahma. The beings, the Brahma beings, who have body. Okay? So another one, Arupa Brahma. Brahma beings, those who have no body. You get it? Good. So in the Rupa Brahma realm, how many aggregates are there? 5. How about Arupa Brahma? They have no body, that's why they have only 4 mental aggregates. Okay? Another, Asanyasa. Okay, Asanyasa Brahma. They have only 1 aggregate. They have only body, no mind. Do you want to go there? Or yeah, please don't go there. So how about the dogs? 5 aggregates. How about the hell beings? 5 aggregates. Okay? How about the ghost? 5 aggregates. So in the realm, there are 5 aggregates. Mentality arises based on materiality. You get it? In the realm where there are 5 clinging aggregates, mentality arises based on materiality. That's why Visuddhimagga recommend to practice materiality meditation thoroughly first before proceeding mentality meditation. The reason is mentality arises based on materiality. Without having discerned materiality thoroughly, if you practice nama meditation, it is not supportive. That's why whoever they are, serenity and insight practitioners or pure insight practitioners, we taught Rupa materiality meditation first. Only then it support their nama meditation. Okay? So if it is so, do you want to know how to practice 4 elements meditation? Yes? I'm afraid I have no time. Okay, I will try. I will try to explain some of the characteristics, a little bit detail. For the rest, just so-so. What is so-so? Eh? Takai. Oh, okay. Yeah, I use because other people use. Okay, that's why I ask you. Maybe I think it is my usage correct, right? So, okay. Eh? Oh, briefly, yes. So, 4 elements. What are they? Earth, water, fire, wind. These are 4 elements. So here you all need to know, among 40, one is 4 elements meditation. Keep in mind. Amongst 40 samatha meditation objects, 4 element is 1. It is included in 10 kinds of meditation object which leads to excess concentration. Okay? That's why 4 elements meditation, Buddha taught 4 elements meditation for both sides. For samatha meditation, for this training of concentration, and for the training of insight meditation. So it leads to excess concentration. That's why don't say that pure insight practitioner has no concentration. Don't say. This is wrong idea. There is concentration, only not absorption concentration. Buddha said, the one who is concentrated will know and see the Dharma, the truth as they really are, not the ones who is not concentrated. At least they have attained excess concentration, or better, absorption concentration. This is the way. Okay? So, when we practice 4 elements meditation, we need to know more detail. So, for earth element, Buddha taught 6 characteristics: hardness, roughness, heaviness, softness, smoothness, lightness. This is earth element. How many? 6. Water element 2. Flowing cohesion. Fire element 2. Heat and cold. Wind element, pushing and supporting. How many? 2. 12. Okay, wind element is 2. Earth, water, fire, wind, altogether 12. Hardness, roughness, heaviness, softness, smoothness, lightness. Flowing, cohesion, heat and cold, pushing, supporting. How many? 12. This is what you all need to discern one after another. So when we start teaching beginners, we need to teach not the order taught by the Buddha. The order taught by the Buddha is not easy for everyone. But later, everybody need to do the way the Buddha taught. But initially, we taught from easy ones to difficult ones. So, those who have developed absorption concentration, nothing is difficult. They can do immediately the way the order taught by the Buddha. For them it's very easy. Why? They have developed absorption concentration. But those who have no absorption concentration, they need to start with easy one. So we start teaching pushing first. So you all say, you all have practiced this, what I have done in my life as my first meditation object. It is rising and falling. What is this? This is pushing. Okay? So when you breathe in, your abdomen rises. When you breathe out, your abdomen falls. This is like this. Pushing from outside and inside. So you need to pay attention to this. Or, for me, I teach from the chest. So when you breathe in, your chest expands. When you breathe out, your chest contracts. This is the phenomena of pushing. So you need to discern this pushing phenomena clearly around your chest. When it is very clear to your mind, you need to move awareness the part nearby. You can't move the characteristics, the phenomena. You need to move your awareness. If it is very clear here, if you move the part nearby, you have no difficulty. Like you stand near the fire, you can sense heat in the same way. After that, you need to discern here clearly. When it is very clear to your mind, you need to pay attention, pushing around your abdomen. So, rising and falling, we can put it into one of the characteristics of 4 elements. Buddha taught not 1 element, Buddha taught 4 elements. That's why rising and falling is not enough. If you want to practice rising and falling, I will teach you 4 elements, not 1 element. Okay? This is what we all need to improve. So if it is very clear to your mind, you need to pay attention to the part nearby, gradually up to your feet, and feet to head, head to feet again and again until it is very clear to your mind. When it is very clear to your mind, you need to discern hardness. So your body muscles are hard, your bones are hard, your teeth are hard. So you can start discerning the characteristics of hardness around here. you should bite a little bit strongly. You will feel hardness around here. Descend hardness clearly around here, and then the whole head, to your neck, both of your shoulders, trunk of your body, and slowly, gradually up to your feet, and feet to head to feet again and again. When hardness is very clear to your mind, you need to descend, pushing throughout the body again. Pushing throughout the body, head to feet, feet to head again and again, and hardness throughout the body clearly again. And then roughness, supporting, pushing, hardness, roughness, heaviness, and supporting, softness, smoothness, lightness, heat and cold, and flowing and cohesion. 12 complete. Okay? Sorry, I can't explain here detail. I have only one more day tomorrow. Okay? That's why today I will make brief. Only when you find opportunity to practice, at that time I will teach you. Okay? So at that time I will explain you more detail. So for those who have developed absorption concentration, 4 elements meditation is no difficult. There is no difficulty for them. But for those who are pure insight practitioners, as they have no absorption concentration, many, they encounter difficulty. But whether it is difficult, whether it is easy, doesn't depend on meditation object. It depends on individual accumulated bharami. Okay? What I want to share with all of you, one of my disciples from Korea, so she is a Mahayana bhikkhuni. I think 8 or 10 years ago, she practiced under my guidance in Myanmar. I taught her Anapana meditation. 2 months passed by. She encountered maintaining, focusing on the breath even for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. She encountered difficulty, very difficult for her. So after 2 months, I consider what to teach her. So I changed meditation object for her. I taught her 4 elements meditation. In general, 4 elements meditation is difficult for those who have no any concentration as a foundation. But what she encountered difficulty with Anapana, why she practiced for 2 months. When I changed teaching her 4 elements meditation, she could successfully practice within 1 week. So, if you discern 4 elements, 12 characteristics systematically, when concentration develops, your body disappears. Your body changes into block of 4 elements. You don't see your body. You don't see as a man. You don't see as a woman. At that time, right view, what is not very deep, but right view has been attained at that time. Oh, no man, no woman, only there are 4 elements. Your body completely changed into block of 4 elements. And if you continue discerning 12 characteristics in that block of 4 elements, concentration develops more. So, block of 4 elements emits light. Gradually gray, white, and finally it becomes very bright. So finally, your body changes into block of bright light. You see your whole body as a block of bright light. Rana, do you want to see? Oh, good. So one day, if you practice 4 elements, your body will change into block of bright light. So at that time, if you continue discerning 12 characteristics in that block of bright light, if you can maintain discerning them for 1 hour, you attain excess concentration. Okay? You attain excess concentration. So at that time, what do we do for our disciples? At that time, you have choices. At that time, we taught them 32 parts of the body. Head hair, body hair, fingernails, toenails, teeth, skin, etc. 32 parts of the body. That light of concentration caused by excess concentration can penetrate them. Not only your body, but also those who are sitting nearby and far. Okay? Also, you can descend back to your country too. Yes, this is the power of light. Microscope can't do, but light of concentration can do. Even excess concentration can penetrate your inner parts of the body. Is there any surgeon here? No. They open every day, but sense of urgency will not arise in them, because this is their living. Seeing with eyes and seeing with light of wisdom, understanding completely different. So whoever sees 32 parts of the body, they feel very repulsive. So this is a way to break bonds of samsara. Only when you feel repulsive on your body and others that you love, at that time you want to make free from them. This is not very deep, but this is foundation. With light of concentration, you can see them. Okay? So at that time, they see skeleton, bones, liver, kidney, okay, heart. So colon, stomach, also newly eaten food, and feces too, gorge. So you will feel very repulsive. Without opening, you see them. Good? So when you see skeleton at that time, I will teach you white kasina meditation, taking the white color of the skeleton. At that time, you attain first, second, and third, and fourth absorption concentration. So your concentration changes from excess to absorption. So you become serenity and insight practitioner. Good? Very good, very good. This is the way we help, because we see the difference between the power of excess concentration and absorption concentration. So another way, if you don't want to practice any absorption concentration, you want to go straight inside meditation. At that time, when you see block of bright light, by descending 4 elements, if you continue descending 4 elements or 12 characteristics in that block of bright light, you will break it down into very tiny small particles. Now you hear new words. You will break it down into very tiny small particles. You will see no more block of bright light. You will see just very, very, very tiny particles in all over your body. They are arising and perishing rapidly all the time. Very, very rapid. What are they? They are very tiny, small particles. So I want to make all of you understand. I want all of you be able to imagine what small particles look like. Okay? Whether Singaporeans understand my examples or not, I don't know, because their country is very developed. I came from underdeveloped country, that's why I don't know whether you understand or not. So do you watch television? Yeah, you watch every day. But you went back and then watched, right? Or you're practicing 8 precepts, that's why you don't do. Okay, good. So when you watch television, so when we were young in our country, because television program is not the whole day, 24 hours, only maybe at a limited time. So we are waiting to watch television. Sometimes we are in a hurry. So before the program started, we turn on. Okay, we turn on the television. So what do we see? Oh, I'm very fortunate. You all understand. So you see very small spots, right? Very small dots. Are they big or small? Small. But even though it is small, you can see with your naked eyes. Okay? Small, but you can see. You can still see with your naked eyes. So if you can divide those dots 100 times, 1,000 times, it will be equal to very tiny small particles taught by the Buddha. Okay? So another example. So when we attend school and universities, we got the opportunity to hear the word atom. Maybe Singaporean knows much more than me. Okay? So, in which century scientists assume atom is small matter? Do you remember? If you don't remember, it doesn't matter. So at the 13th century, scientists has this idea. Atom is the smallest matter. But only at the end of 19th century, in the beginning of 20th centuries, scientists could split atoms into proton, electron, and neutron. Okay? In which century? At the end of 19th century, in the beginning of 20th century, scientists could split atoms into proton, electron, and neutron. So, so for that reason, proton, electron, neutrons are called subatomic particles. So when the translator translate small tiny particles taught by the Buddha into English, they translate into subatomic particles. It is very, 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 very small. But they are not stable, they are not permanent, they are impermanent, arising and perishing very rapidly all the time. So if you practice four elements systematically, one day you can break it down. You can break your body down into very tiny small particles. You will see that how small they are. So they are called subatomic particles. So scientists could split atoms into proton, electron, and neutron only at the end of 19th century, in the beginning of 20th centuries. But the Buddha had realized them 2,600 years ago. Scientists could split them in the laboratory using external powerful instrument. Did the Buddha use laboratory? Any instrument? No. With the help of light of concentration. If you have developed concentration, you will see them. I have taught already Singaporean. Okay? I have taught not only local people, but also many people from different countries. Only our runner, not yet. So you must run fast. Okay? You need to run as fast as possible to know and to see them. You are a good runner, but not yet. Okay. So Buddha knew them. Also, those who have developed concentration know and see them. So how great the teachings of the Buddha is. But scientists could not realize ultimate materiality. Those small tiny particles are not the ultimate materiality yet. They are just the smallest concept So in each particle, there are earth, water, fire, wind, color, smell, taste, nutritive essence, life faculty, and sensitivity. At least 8 or 9, 10. These are what you all need to analyze them. If you have developed concentration, light of concentration has been produced. That light of concentration is called light of wisdom. There is no any light in the world which can compare with the light of wisdom. Light of wisdom is the most superior one. It can shine you to see the truth as they really are. Okay? So you all need this if you want to break the bonds of samsara. It will shine you to see the truth, what you have never seen in this life. So you need to analyze the ultimate materiality that exists in those small, tiny particles which are arising and perishing rapidly all the time. So you need to discern in every door, in ear door, and so eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, and mind door. Where is the mind? Our runner? Where does mentality arise?
Maybe created by the senses.
Created by sense. So, after realizing ultimate materiality, as I told all of you, the teachings of the Buddha, mentality arises based on materiality, that it is right time to proceed mentality meditation. Okay? Do you want to hear how to practice mentality meditation? Looking forward to hearing tomorrow. Okay? Okay, so now today is a good time to have Q&A session a little bit. Okay?
Bhante, I would like to know how is it possible that the light from excess concentration is bright enough to see mentality? Can it be as bright as from absorption concentration? And also, if wisdom discerns vipassana objects, what's the difference between wisdom discerning vipassana and the light discerning vipassana objects?
So, light of concentration is like a tool or instrument to help you to see the truth as they really are. Whenever you develop concentration, it is associated with wisdom. Wisdom faculty is predominant at that time. But to be able to practice vipassana, you need to analyze ultimate mentality and materiality, which are arising and perishing. If you see arising and perishing which are rapidly arising and perishing, at that time you see them with your wisdom faculty. Okay? That's why insight knowledge arises in the form of cognitive process. Object may be materiality or mentality. So you see the arising and perishing of them with the help of light of concentration. Okay? Light of concentration is produced by concentration. Light of wisdom is produced by concentration, caused by our wisdom too. If our wisdom faculty is very sharp, light will be very bright too. This is one of the causes related to our past accumulated karma. If there is lacking of this, maybe it is weak. Okay? Okay.
Any other question?
Evening, Bhante. I'd like to ask a stupid question. Because if you go to absorption concentration and or access concentration, let's say you are inside there, you are enjoying going through the various path. So how long can you tell yourself to come out? Let's say, for instance, you can meditate, in daytime, our habitual meditation, we know it's 1 hour, it can come out. But when you're doing some absorption, the outside world is shut down from you. So you can't really know what is the outside world, but your mindfulness is very good inside there. So how am I going to know, okay, it's time for me to stop today. I want to come out. My clock will tell me when to come out. So how to do it?
Yeah, Buddha taught mastery for each step. So you need to practice mastery of resolving. Mastery of resolving means making a determination. So if you want to enter absorption concentration for 1 hour, you need to practice that mastery beforehand. After you have done 1 hour successfully, you need to continue training 1.5 hours, mastery of resolving, and 2 hours, and 2.5 hours, and 3 hours. Up to 3 hours, we train our disciples. That's why, if you would like to emerge, you have practiced mastery of emerging too. You don't need to worry. Okay?
Any other question?
Can Bhante kindly explain the difference between personality view and conceit?
So personality view and conceit. Personality view is wrong view related to personality belief. Suppose we have 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates is what really exists. But you hold them as yours. So materiality aggregate as yours. Feeling aggregate as yours. Perception aggregate as yours. Volitional formation as yours. Consciousness aggregate as yours. This is because of Sakkaya Ditthi, personality, belief or view. And also, all of you have defilements such as greed, hatred, delusion, pride, jealousy, stinginess. So whenever you feel you desire, whenever you feel greedy, at that time you hold greed as yours. You hold anger as yours. You hold delusion as yours. You hold pride as yours. You hold jealousy, stinginess as yours. This is the way personality view influences all the ordinary people. For that reason, they suffer very much due to the suffering of their aggregates. They suffer very much. And also, if someone complains, they feel very angry, holding that, I'm very angry. You can't organize your mind because of that personality view. You think you suffer. Not you suffer. Only this body suffer. You are not the one who is suffering. But because of that wrong view, you can't distinguish you and your body, you and your anger, you and your defilement. This is because of the influence of self-identity. So, pride is one of the defilements. Okay, personality view is, so now we are talking about born, feta. So, self-identity view Personality view is one of the fetters, one of the bonds. Mana, pride, conceit, also one of the fetter. Those who have very strong ego, those who are egoism, so they have very strong pride. Those who have very strong atta, they are very proud of themselves too. Okay? Do you get it? Okay.
Any other question?
Mante, I want to ask, if a person becomes sotapan, in the last moment, no matter what the way, the last moment his mind take one object, what will influence his the next life?
No matter how he died, because of his attainment, because of his path and fruition knowledge, his path knowledge has removed personality view, doubt, and attachment to wrong practices. That's why because of that attainment, because of having removed personality view, all the karma, all the unwholesome karma that he had accumulated before he attained, and also after he attained, they have no strength.
So he only will reborn to the good place.
Yes, they are going to be reborn in a good place, because their path knowledge, their attainment, make them certain.
So if they are still human being,
Yeah.
so he will be in the guarantee
Yeah.
good life.
Wherever they are going to be reborn, they are stay a noble person. Okay?
It means it's ordained,
Eh?
ordained person, is it?
Or not ordained person, noble person.
Noble.
Maybe layman also possible. So they are always noble person. They will never break 5 precepts. Okay? Okay.
Bhante, I want to know how to counter the restlessness.
How to?
Counter the restlessness.
How to
Yesterday you
counter?
say 10, yeah, how to overcome. There's 10 factors, one of them is restlessness.
Only when you became Arahant. Okay? Okay, even Sotapanna, even Sakaragami, even Anagami, they still have restlessness mind. Okay, don't worry. This is far bounds of Saṃsāra. So, last question.
Good evening, Bhante. Of the 40 samatha meditation object, how should we know which is suitable for a person?
So, which object is suitable for individual person is what only the Buddha knows it. Even the great disciple, chief disciple, can't know. But when we teach our disciples, as I have told, as I have shared with all of you about one of my disciples, I taught her Anapana first. 2 months passed, but she could not practice. She encountered difficulty with Anapana. So when she reported Anapana meditation experiences, I noticed that the characteristics of element is obvious in her body. Because of this reason, I decided to teach 4 elements meditation, not because I know, just because of my observation. For us, as a teacher, we need to be good observer. So sometimes we teach this, so it is fit to that meditator, sometimes not. And we change another one. Good? So if you want what is suitable, you should meet with the Buddha. Okay, now let us stop here tonight. So we will share my wisdom. Idam me punyam asavakaya vaham hotu. Idam me punyam nibbanasa pacayo hotu mama punya bhagam sabba satanam bhajemi te sabbe me samam punya bhagam labantu sadhu sadhu sadhu.